Today on Upfront, orders, tweets, and leaks. 3 weeks into the Trump administration, how is the new president doing? It's my question for former governor and Bush cabinet secretary, Tommy Thompson. Then local governments opposing President Trump on immigration, the actions they're taking and the risks they run.
Covering the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Upfront with Mike Goucher.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Upfront. We're less than a month into the new Trump administration, and like it or not, the new president has wasted no time in keeping some of his biggest campaign promises. We're talking about that and much more today with our former governor who worked in Washington. Tommy Thompson served nearly 4 terms as governor, was Health and Human Services Secretary under George W. Bush, and eventually became an enthusiastic supporter of Donald Trump. Governor, welcome back to Upfront. Good to have you here.
Michael, it's always a pleasure. And first off, let me thank you for what you do for yourself and for Lynn. Please give my best to Lynn and for what you do for the law school in Milwaukee. You are really a champ.
I appreciate that. Thanks very much, and best to Sue Ann. Let's talk a little bit about the new president. He was not your first choice.
Or my second choice.
Or your second choice.
He was my third choice.
He was your third choice. So how do you think he's doing so far?
I think he's doing very well.
You do?
I really do. You know, you gotta like somebody that says something and then does it. You know, he's not as diplomatic or as political as you would like or I would like. You don't like his tweeting. You don't like his pronouncements. You don't like the fact that he's a bully. But we all knew that. People voted for him. Why did they vote for him? They trusted him. They believed that he was going to do what he said. And what was the one rejoinder throughout all of the political season? We want somebody that's going to go to Washington, shake it up, make a difference, and do what they say they're going to do. So let's go through it. One, he's going to do something about health care. He's already made an executive order. He's going to do something about securing the borders. May not like it, but he's doing it. Said he was going to do something about getting people that are not from Washington in his cabinet. He's doing that. He's done it. He's building up the defense. He's going around. He's meeting with people. He says, I'm going to be a winner. I'm going to bring businesses back. You got to give him credit. He's doing those things. You may not like, and you probably didn't vote for him if you don't like him, but he's doing what he said he was going to do. I give him credit for that, and I like that.
Are you concerned at all about his temperament? For
Absolutely.
example, with the judiciary, sort of the comments about the judiciary, does that bother you?
Sure it does. It bothers a lot of people, but the truth of the matter is, it's Donald. That's the way he is. Hopefully he's going to mellow. Hopefully he's going to be.
You think that's going to happen?
I think so. I think, it's a huge learning curve for somebody that's never been in politics, to learn how to deal with politicians, political issues, and so on and so forth. He's doing what he said he's going to do. Hopefully his temperament and demeanor changes, not drastically, not dramatically, but, finesse it. Be a little bit more political. Be a little bit nicer. And I think, that's all coming. He's got people around him that know, that he's got to make some changes. But overall, I'd give him very much a strong A.
You mentioned the repeal and replacement of Obamacare, and something that he did promise, and he said he was going to take immediate action. There's starting to be a little bit of unrest among some conservatives who are saying, why haven't we repealed this? He said he was going to do it right off the bat. Let's do it. Should he be trying to move more quickly on the repeal and replacement of Obamacare?
I'm advising him not to. I'm advising him.
And why is that?
Well, let's take a look at it. If you repeal it, first off, under the transitional rules, in order to get through the Senate, you don't need the 60 votes. Right. It's got to deal just with finances. So what are you going to do? You're going to repeal all the taxes? So if you repeal all the taxes on Obamacare, what money are you going to have left over to rebuild it? So if you just go in and repeal it right now, the Obamacare, you don't have anybody, and those Republicans are not going to vote for then new taxes to fund a new health plan. So you're going to defeat yourself if you don't have a replacement bill ready to go at the same time you repeal it. You got to do them at the same time. People didn't understand that. The second thing is you got to justify and be able to equalize the payments on Medicaid. Some states, like Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania and Michigan are getting 90%. And those states will not want to take a cut. Wisconsin, on the other hand, didn't take the enhanced match. Neither did Missouri, neither did Texas. Those are also Republican states. And so you're setting up a real fight. How do you make equity out of this, and who gets what money? And that's a big problem. They got to solve these big problems. So let's be smart about it. Let's not just go in and repeal it just because we made a campaign promise. Let's build a health care system that works, that's going to be paid for, that's accessible and affordable. That's what they have to do. I'd much rather have them take the time than do something dramatic and radical by repealing it and not getting it right.
What's the biggest challenge for the new Health and Human Services Secretary, Tom Price, the guy who's doing what you did?
The biggest job Tom Price has immediately, first off, to get his people in, like the FDA, but then to sit down and say, what rules, what changes can he make administratively under the law to make Obamacare less onerous, more accessible, and more affordable? That's his biggest job, and hopefully he will reach out to people that know the law and have them come into Washington and help. That's what he needs to do.
I got to ask you one more question about the Trump administration. We have seen a remarkable number of leaks early in this administration. You worked in the Bush administration. You were there in the early days. Are you surprised at the amount of information that's coming out of the White House about this new administration?
A little bit, but not really. I mean, the White House is a sieve. I mean, I don't care what president you have. What did Obama say? He said, I can't trust anybody because it gets out the next day. You know, it was amazing to me when I used to get top secret briefings, you know, after 9/11 because of health care that I was responsible for. You know, they say, this is really top secret. I'd read it. The next day it'd be on the front page. just about everything they were giving me one day, next day was somebody was leaking it someplace. And it's amazing what top secrets and secret and things like this are getting into the press because somebody is talking. So I'm not.
It's the way of Washington.
The way of Washington. And it's getting worse because everybody's got is tweeting, everybody's got a mobile phone, everybody is on Facebook, and you're doing this, you don't think of it, and immediately it gets out.
Let me take a break right now. I want to come back and talk about a couple of local issues. We'll talk a little bit about welfare reform with Governor Thompson, the next round in Wisconsin, and later, what Governor Walker said that caused the Assembly Speaker to roll his eyes and shake his head. That's when Up Front continues.
Up Front with Mike Goucher, brought to you by the American Transmission Company.